Did you see it? The one Instagram story that shook the internet today. Bruno Mars. Yes, the man who's been dominating global stages, selling out arenas in seconds, and redefining pop and R&B for this generation, just posted a heartfelt birthday tribute to Michael Jackson, and fans cannot stop talking about it. The question is, why is this small moment exploding into such a massive story? And what does it reveal about Bruno Mars' journey, his legacy, and his unshakable connection to the king of pop? Before we dive into this emotional roller coaster, make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like if you're already feeling the chills, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Share this video with every Bruno Mars or Michael Jackson fan you know, because what you're about to hear is a story you don't want to miss. Bruno Mars is no stranger to headlines, from electrifying halftime shows to his historic run with Silk Sonic. Bruno has already etched his name into music history, but what makes him so unique is not just his string of achievements, it's the way he continuously pays homage to those who came before him. Michael Jackson, the undisputed king of pop, has always been Bruno Mars' guiding star. From the very first time Bruno performed as a child impersonator in Hawaii, slipping into little Elvis outfits and mimicking James Brown's moves, Michael Jackson's shadow was there. The influence was unmistakable. The smooth glide, the sharp precision, the sheer charisma. Bruno Mars carries all of that DNA into his own performances. So, when August 29th rolled around, Michael Jackson's birthday, fans were eager to see who in the industry would step up and honor the legend. And Bruno Mars did not disappoint. Bruno Mars took to Instagram, dropping a story that was simple yet powerful. A photo of Michael Jackson in his iconic Bad Tour outfit. Mid-performance, fire in his eyes, energy radiating through the screen. Across the image, bold green letters spelled out, "Happy Birthday." But what made it hit harder was the soundtrack Bruno chose for the story. Playing in the background was Michael Jackson's Liberian Girl. A deep cut, not the usual Thriller or Billy Jean, but a song that true fans know is one of MJ's most tender, soulful gems. That choice alone spoke volumes. Within minutes, screenshots flooded Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Bruno Mars just gets it. One fan wrote. Another said, "Of course, it's Bruno, the only one who can truly channel Michael's spirit." Music blogs picked it up. Entertainment outlets ran with the headline, and soon enough, Bruno Mars and Michael Jackson were trending side by side. For many, this was not just a birthday shout-out. It was a moment of connection across generations. Michael Jackson may be gone, but through artists like Bruno Mars, his spirit is alive, thriving, and constantly reborn on stage. Think about it. When Bruno Mars moonwalks across the stage during Treasure, or when he throws his head back with that signature grin, fans don't just see Bruno, they see echoes of Michael. It's not imitation, it's resurrection. Bruno has always said that he doesn't just want to perform, he wants to entertain, to put on a show, to make people feel something larger than life. And that philosophy is pure Michael Jackson. That's why this story went viral, because fans aren't just celebrating a birthday post, they're celebrating a torch being passed, one that Bruno Mars is carrying with fire, grace, and undeniable flair. And let's be real, the timing couldn't be more perfect. Bruno Mars is in the middle of yet another groundbreaking run, with back-to-back sold-out shows in Las Vegas, whispers of a new solo project, and rumors swirling about high-profile collaborations. The fact that in the middle of all this success, he pauses to honor Michael Jackson tells us something vital. Bruno knows exactly where his greatness comes from, and he's never afraid to give credit where it's due. Here's the part that gives chills. Fans are now speculating that Bruno Mars might be working on something much bigger behind the scenes. Some believe his tribute was not just a birthday wish, but a teaser, a nod to Michael Jackson's influence on whatever Bruno is cooking next. Could it be a Michael Jackson-inspired track? A new era of music that channels that same electricity? This wouldn't be the first time. Remember when Bruno Mars released To 4K Magic? Critics instantly called it a modern-day, off-the-wall. When Silk Sonic dropped Leave the Door Open, People compared the smooth vocals and polished sound to Michael's early ballads. Bruno has always walked that fine line between nostalgia and innovation, and maybe, just maybe, this Instagram story is a breadcrumb, a subtle hint that his next chapter will take to Michael Jackson influence to new heights. The internet may have exploded over Bruno Mars' Instagram story, but let's take a step back. Why does this moment feel so monumental? Why are millions of fans talking about it? As if it were a headline performance or an album drop. Because when Bruno Mars speaks about Michael Jackson, or even gestures toward him, it resonates on a level that few other artists can achieve. For Bruno, Michael is not just an influence, he is the blueprint. And every time Bruno steps on stage, he honors that blueprint in ways both subtle and spectacular. If you rewind to some of Bruno Mars' biggest moments, the evidence is everywhere. That 2014 Super Bowl halftime show, critics hailed it as one of the most Michael-esque performances of the modern era. The way Bruno commanded the stage with confidence, the seamless choreography, the live vocals, it all carried the unmistakable fingerprints of the king of pop. And then in 2016, when he returned to the halftime stage alongside Coldplay and Beyoncé, it was Bruno who stole the spotlight. The swagger, the precision, the sheer star power. Once again, fans couldn't help but make the connection. Fans often say Bruno Mars is the only artist who can truly carry Michael's torch. That's not to diminish other legends, but there's something about Bruno's artistry that feels eerily parallel to Michael's. First, it's the showmanship. Bruno Mars doesn't just perform songs. He builds entire worlds on stage. The glittering lights, the slick costumes, the flawless band behind him. It's all part of a carefully designed universe, where the audience is swept away for 2 hours straight. Michael Jackson pioneered this exact approach, turning concerts into cinematic spectacles. And Bruno Mars continues that tradition with a 21st century twist. Second, it's the perfectionism. Insiders often describe Bruno as obsessive about details, the kind of artist who will rehearse a single dance, step until it's flawless, or spend hours tweaking a single vocal take. Sound familiar? Michael Jackson was notorious for the same thing, chasing perfection to the point where every performance felt transcendent. And then there's the connection with fans. Michael had a way of locking eyes with an audience member and making them feel like they were the only person in the room. Bruno Mars does that too. Whether it's in a 20,000-seat arena or an intimate Vegas residency, he has the gift of intimacy, of reaching through the noise and chaos to create a personal bond with his fans. So when Bruno Mars posts something as simple as "Happy Birthday to Michael Jackson," fans don't see it as just another story. They see it as one legend recognizing another, one torchbearer saluting the original flame. What's fascinating is the timing. Bruno Mars is at a point in his career where he doesn't have to post tributes. He's not a rising artist trying to prove his influences or seek validation. He's a 15-time Grammy winner, a man who sold over 130 million records worldwide, a household name who could easily focus only on his own legacy. So here's the real question. Was Bruno Mars' birthday shoutout just a sweet tribute to his idol? Or was it a carefully planted clue about his future music? Fans are buzzing, theories are spreading, and the excitement is only growing. One thing is certain. Bruno Mars is not just honoring Michael Jackson, he's ensuring that the king of pop's magic never fades. And as long as Bruno keeps performing, creating, and connecting with fans on this level, the spirit of Michael Jackson will live on. What do you think? Is Bruno Mars hinting at a new MJ-inspired project? Or was this simply a heartfelt moment of respect? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, because this story is far from over, and you're going to want to be here when the next chapter drops.